There's a few reasons why Fusion 360 is the best CAD software available right now, even though it costs so much. There's some reasons why that Fusion 360 just beats all other software, and that's the one reason why that is because it's specialized, it's easy to learn, and the UI is just so good. And those three reasons put it out from make it stand out from every other software available on the market right now by like more than by 100 miles, right? First things first, I'm gonna open my main project file, right? So I made this laptop stand and I'm actually using it right now, and the plan was made in Fusion 360. So I first started out by modeling that, which I'll show you how to do in a second, and then I made a drawing for it, which I'll also show you how to do. So what I've gone and done is I've gone and clicked on the laptop stand drawing so that you can actually see the drawing. And then next I'm going to skip to the part that I actually want to show you, which is how you can actually create on Fusion 360. So to actually make a sketch for a 3D object in Fusion 360, we have to go into the toolbar, click create sketch, and then hit any measurement you want. I went with 50 millimeters by 50 millimeters here, and by the way, millimeters is the standard in Australia. And then once you've done that, assuming that you want a square for your final object, you go and press finish sketch, right? You add the total height to the extrude button, which is in that menu up there, and then you can use the orbit tools. So orbit is right click, right? And then in the corner up here, we have, I think it's like the 3D gizmo, something like that. And it's in a lot of 3D software, even Blender had it. Blender's like a 3D modeling software, not a CAD software. So the faces on with writing on that 3D gizmo, they're for orthographic views, whereas the corners are for, I believe, something called isometric views. So I've finished drawing up this object, right? So what I do is that I go and click on drawing, and it brings up this menu because I haven't saved it yet. So the next one. Once that's done, it'll take a little bit to load because I'm on a slower computer, but you may get this instantly, and what it'll ask you to do is actually specify the settings for the drawing. So I left it on the default, which you can see here. We give it a moment to load, and it brings up this menu, which is the actual drawing planner. And so what I do is that I set out all the specifications for the first actual view, like the base view. I selected the wrong one at first, but then I finally got it right, and I placed it on the top left part of the drawing, so on this A3 piece of paper. I deleted both of the I don't know what they're called, guides, and the never mind. Now this is the part where I start playing around with dimensions. The reason why the default dimension tool doesn't work for this is because, actually I don't know why, but I just know it doesn't work. So what I do is I click the button under dimension, and that opens the menu for I believe it's what's called I think linear or angular dimension or align dimension. Linear dimension allows you to draw a line, allows you to draw a dimension line on a line going straight up or straight across, but keep in mind it's a lot more likely to get in the way of other dimension lines or the actual geometry of the base view itself. I don't know if you guys just saw, but I went and added a base, just a normal base view from the top left corner here. And so for the last part of this video, you can see that I've added the linear dimension on both the 2D base view and the 3D base view, but you can actually see the 2D base view one is correct because for that one I added 200 millimeters up, and for the 3D base view it's showing a wrong measurement, right? So what you have to do is for the 3D base view, you actually have to you have to double click it and edit it so that it shows the correct number of millimeters. And I would also recommend for in the 3D view, you can use dimensions, but instead of using the normal like linear dimension, which is the first one in that drop down menu, use the aligned dimension, and that's because the linear dimension, it's only really suitable for lines that run up and down. It's not suitable for lines that are diagonal. As you can see that line there, if I decided to use the linear dimension, keep in mind that it would have showed up kind of weird, right? So yeah, anyways, thank you for watching and bye.